Shalom, shalom, Yasharala. Hebrew Israelites, Tulsa Oklahoma. Once again, out here to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, giving all praise glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rahakadash. Hello, Hebrew tongue, great names of the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the sister, brother of truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and studying and turning themselves to food. Shalom. I come to talk to you today about something that's going on, very big, very important. And that's this house of David that's been built up right in this devil's face. And that's why the devil is scrambling. That's why he's very afraid. The heathen are afraid because Yahweh Shashah is setting us in order right in front of these heathen's face. And the house of David is growing strong, which is the whole body, the hopeful elect are in the house of David. And the Most High said that he would do that at a specific time, and now we are witnessing that. The whole world is witnessing that. You know, the true people are coming back into their identity, back into their heritage, and now the fakes ain't got nowhere else to run and hide. They're scrambling. That's why they got to come down with great wrath, because their cover is blown. Yahweh Shashah has made Esau bare. Like his name is being taxed back to him. A lot of people call in like, man, y'all the Edomites. Y'all ain't the people of God. Y'all not the people. And with that, and like a person that did identity theft, ain't gonna know where to go. So we're gonna start it out with Acts 15 and 16. And it reads, after this I will return and will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down, and I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up. So this is like the Most High prophesy right there, tabernacle. Tabernacle going in the house. So the house of David is being built again. The house of David consists of what? The prophets, the saints, and the believers. You know, the brothers and sisters that are like-minded, that will listen on this word and come back to their heritage. That's why it's a house. And who is hosting that house? The Lord of hosts is Yahushua. He's building this back up through his father, Yahweh. So Yahweh Yahushua is pouring the spirit through, gathering back his hopeful elect. Everybody's coming back to the heritage. And now it's being built up with these teachings, which is filled with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Yahushua. And everybody's getting edified and built up and coming back to their heritage. And with that, once you're built up with this truth, the devil can no longer deceive you. He can't fool you. He can't, you know, finesse you like he used to. Because now you have your identity back. It's kind of like waking up. We were asleep. We didn't know no better. You know, the devil could like tell us we this, we African American, we Spix, we Native American, you're black, you know, all that kind of little bad words. But now we come back to our heritage. We're following the good shepherd, which is Yahushua, and now the devil is like, oh, well, that's the person say there's no enchantment against the house of Israel. I see now why that's true. Because with this wisdom not to understand it, you can't finesse the wise counsel. Wisdom has returned and back to Israel, and everybody that's going to hear, that wants to hear the word and follow and obey the laws and commandments of Yahushua, hey, this devil can't, there's no more trickery. The serpent, his little tricks, his enchantments no longer work. Because now who's talking to us? Yahushua is now talking to his people. His legacy continues. It continues through what? Through his men, the prophets. Like the watchmen, we back in our steed. Hey, we calling out this devil's plays, his moves. We calling out the snares and the traps. And now it's like he can't do anything no more. Because he needs that level of deceit. So the only thing this devil got left now to do is to bring that sword against the house of David, which that's not going to work either. Because the house of David, the mighty men about to get their spirit again. Like King David. Like the house of David is tailored after King David. So once we get that spirit, because Yahweh Shashah is a man of war. Right now we've been groomed to be warriors again. So once we get that spirit again, we battle back. When the Most High put that standard, lift that standard up again, hey, that's it for that devil. And like we coming like King David, we hate our enemies. We're not coming with that plantation Christianity, that love everybody's spirit. You know, it make you dust, it make you weak, really. You know, you look at plantation Christianity, they all look weak, don't they? They soft. You know, they just easy targets. Us.
Down to them.
Yeah. They just easy targets you look at. I look at every little man in plus Christianity, they all like effeminate.
That's the first reason Dylan Wolf. That's the reason why he walked inside that church and killed all the people. Because they want to trust in those and they're oppressed.
And they in comfort and they're not circumspect. They should have checked them at the door. Like, who the hell? See, let's say that's nothing but quality of the house of David. We now know who our enemies is. You know, we see Edom might walk up, we already looking like, you know, we on our clock. Like, man, what's this? You know, we've been ready to bust a move, but Edom might roll up with ill intent. We ain't in that docile peace and safety, that comfort spirit. No, man. The Lord said, be circumspect and walk wisely. Look around. Plus, we know Esau. We know he the devil. We ain't thinking of the devil as some red man with his pitchfork underground ready to burn everybody up. No, man, the devil is Esau, Edom, our enemy. So now we've been built up with this truth, and we own this devil. We calling them out.
We also know Esau is a serpent too. Yeah, because the serpent always lurking, and that as the scripture says, 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because the devil, your adversary, as one lion walking about seeking whom he may devour. He ain't gonna come up to a man of the Lord this straightforward right there. He's always gonna sneak and do his attack. And that's the reason why Esau is gonna go and attack a bunch of women in the church, because he's a weak, he's a base man. That's what he is.
Coward. And he needs that covering of deceit to even have an advantage. I notice when you are built with this truth and you look at the master devil, it makes them feel uncomfortable. They need that, Akia. Like they need you to be in that spirit. That way they can do what they do. That's why I'm at the plantation. Them devils is afraid of me. They like I'm like 7'5", 500 pounds. I'm talking about this. Like I be hearing one devil like I come to them like, oh, here you go, here you go, here you come. I'm like, God damn, that like I'm a king, like a lion rolling through this sucker or something. They already getting prepared for me, man. Because their spirit, that right there, they say in the edification, it goes to building up. We're built up. You know, it's like training. Like you're doing push-ups, lifting weights, and what is he building up? What's building up now? Our spirit, our mentality, our minds getting fortified. We're going to be able to handle what's going to come. Everybody outside of the house, David, outside of the house, hey, like when it's about to storm, and you outside, hey, you about to get rained on. You might get hit with some lightning, held on. It's gonna be bad for you, man. You know, it's safety in the house, and that's where we dwell at. Is it like what's that Psalms 91 say? Who should dwell in the secret place of the Most High? That secret place is the house of David. That's where there's peace and safety at. That's where there's wisdom, knowledge, understanding at. That's where there's a wise counsel at. And you know, we gotta give our praise to Yahweh for raising that up. I was looking for wisdom, knowledge, understanding to you. I wouldn't have made as many mistakes as I did coming up had I knew who I was. That's why I can't stand plantation Christianity, because it really makes you worse. If you go into that stuff gonna lead to your death. That thing, man, it makes you like, it weakens you. This truth strengthens you. Plantation Christianity weakens Esau's doctrine.
Got a quick listen to Psalms 18 and 32. It is Yahweh that girdeth me with strength and maketh my ways perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me on high places. He teaches my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand have held me up, and the gentleness have made me great.
Ooh, I like that precept, man. That's fire precept right there. Especially that the right hand has held me up. That's your Yahweh shout right there, man. That's who got our back. That's who's holding us up. And man, read that the top of it again on that.
It said, it is Yahweh who have girded me with strength.
Woo. Hey, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hey, see, Yahweh, and that backs up what I said earlier, man. That's why it's a perfect precept. Yahweh is strengthening us. Because where was we wounded at, man? We was wounded in our spirit. We was wounded in our minds. This devil ruined our mentality. You know, he psychologically whooped us during what's that? Willie Lynch letter, the Willie Lynch, the slavery. Hey, that was a wound. That was a wound to us, man. He had us, the women set up. He had Jake weak. You know, we didn't know who we was. It's like he scattered the sheep. That's what Esau did. And we didn't have our shepherd. And you know, sheep is docile. Without the shepherd, the sheep is vulnerable. So like a wolf, Esau just eating us up. And now that the shepherd has showed on the scene, like I brought up that precept, Yahweh showed back up, the shepherd showed up. And what he doing? He gathering up the sheep. into what? The house of David. And the house of David is what? It's strength. It's strong. So now this devil's scared. And I see this devil's spirit. This devil is scared. He like, oh shit. See, they building up, they getting strong, they know who they are. So now I can't finesse this man or this woman no more. I can't do trickery no more. And now I'm really scared with my sword, because if they have a sword, you know, then it's evil, it's a level playing field. And this person is stronger than me. So I'm scared now. Like Esau, like you said earlier, Esau need an advantage. He needs that advantage.
That's why he used our women against us. He used the media against us. Everything that he does, he always has to have a weapon. That's why that's his blessing right there. That's sword.
All right, weaponize everything. I remember Mississippi Kim talking about that. Esau weaponized everything. Right. Now, without the advantage of deceit and that weapon, like I'm talking about that sword, Esau's now he's made weak. Now he is going back to that basement, because, like I said all the time, we rising up to our feet. We standing up on our feet. We declaring who we are out in the world. We are here telling them, man, we the Hebrew Israelites. We the people of the Most High. That right there makes him, his ID gone. Now we claiming, we like, nah, that's us. That ain't you. Because he did iconoclasm. He whitewashed the Bible, said that's him. And he stood on that strength. Now it's like we pulling the rug out from this devil. Like, man, like, give my shit back. That's my book. This is my heritage. This is my people. King David, that's my forefather, not yours. And with that, he been stripped naked. All he got left now is his sword. He ain't even, man, Esau ain't even like got confidence in his sword no more. I noticed that. Now he got the sword, he's shaking, he's scared. Like, I hope they don't say the name of the Lord. Hey, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. That's why when you hear that Yahweh shot, that's an eerie sound in his ear. This devil like, damn, the name done came back. The house is building up, and every time he see Akim in that garments, we are on the highway and hedges, man. It's like fearing these devils. That's why the elite is telling Bill, like, hey, man, wrap this shit up. Hurry up. Pump a mental. Hey, man, it's more. They getting more subscribers. More comes to the truth. They waxing stronger. And then, like this thing is like a growth, living waters. We're growing in this thing. Like I just read the preset earlier, we're getting stronger. You know, when you see somebody like first you see him 1 week, he kind of small. You see him next 2 months, he got muscles on him. You see him again, he all yoked out. And you talking about he coming to fight you. And you looking at this dude, he over here just, getting stronger and stronger. And then at the same time he getting strong, you been smoking meth, you been smoking fentanyl, you getting weak. You know, you over here all limpy, skeleton showing. Hey, it ain't looking good for you. Now you over there looking at your little weapon and you hoping that work. But it ain't looking so good for you no more. You ain't looking confident in that.
I'm gonna read this again though. It says, it is Yahweh who girded my strength and making me perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds legs. And if you know animals, they hind leg is their strongest leg, man. That's what keep them up. They can stand up on that thing if they want to. I was looking at some deer standing up fighting like this not too long ago. And like, hey, and with your hind legs, they be jumping. Like shit, it ain't gonna. That's why they say gonna put us on high places, man. With our hind legs strong, and Esau, he over here waxing with people and people. We can't even stand up. We standing up. Hey, it's just gonna be nothing for the Lord to give us spiritual power and make us jump to like a top of a building or something, man. That's them hind legs being strong. When it says them hind it makes the hind legs and strengthen and set us on high places. Yeah. He teaches my hands to war, and that a bow of steel be broken with our arms, man. Hey man, Esau's sword ain't gonna be shit. He gonna swing that sword and have that shit crumble, man. That shit gonna break in half. Hey, because we got the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Ashai resting with us. That's why he said it is he that made us perfect. I mean, it is he that made us strong and made us perfect in him. And what was that? The last verse. He said, well, that's it. You got it out.
Yeah, I like, man. That's something they said. We're gonna be strong, man. I said that little steel, that little gun he got, you know, they ain't gonna be nothing. When we get that spiritual power, that black arrow, man, we gonna laugh at that gun. Like, man, you gonna really massage me with that on a 50 cal, you know. So it's nothing. This devil, his weapon is carnal. Therefore, it's low level.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna jump up to 29 to read this quick verse. This is Psalms 18 and 29. It says, "For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my power I have leaped over a wall." And that just goes back into what I said about the hind legs and stuff, man. The Lord's gonna give us strength and spiritual power. And it said, hey, well, through that shit, he made us run through a troop. And what is a troop? A troop is like an army, man, like a squadron, man. So, hey, he gonna give us that power. Hey, that 144. That's that house of David, them soldiers, man. Like it says in Samuel 8 or Samuel 23. So like you got it up.
Yeah, and like I said right there, that's what I said. We ain't afraid of Esau and his military, man. Our military is stronger. You just heard that precept I read right there. We're gonna run through troops. And we're gonna run through them like a hot knife through butter. It's gonna be nothing to run through them. So we ain't afraid of Esau's military. Really, his military is not sufficient. You know, that's it. Me, like the house of David and Esau both know that his stuff is no good. Because Esau even knows. Esau throwing it out there, hoping it worked, but in the back of his mind, at least they know it's not going to work. That's why they got billion-dollar bunkers, and that's why they're going into space. Because Esau knows it's not going to work. Yahweh should have sleeper cells already here amongst them. And that's their biggest enemy, the 144,000. When those men get that spiritual power, man, hey, it's going to be something out of a movie. You just read that precept, man. That's going to come into life. Them men are going to run right through Esau's military like nothing. Turn up military bases, just one of them. So imagine 144,000 of them. You know, and even like the men who are not the 144,000, they're going to be like King David. You know, I might get that precept. You already got the people of us to be like King David, because King David was killing tens of thousands of men. King David was a mighty man of the Lord. He wasn't weak. That's why, hey, the house of David is strong. That's that power about to come into life. Most High is breathing his power back into it, like we getting our breath back.
While you get that, I got something real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled and tremble with fear, and shall be amazed at the strength of the salvation so far beyond all that they look for." You got it up.
Woo, did you hear that? Hey, they should tremble in fear. That's back what I said earlier. Esau is in fear. The heathen are in fear, man. And I look at the heathen, the other nations like Ishmael, Ham, Moab, they ready to bow down to us already. They already know who running. Like I did a lesson with a Hamite, like he all like, man, y'all need to step it up. I'm ready for y'all, man. We ready for freedom. We waiting on y'all. And he said, y'all are our gods. So the heathen outside of Esau, they ready for us to rule. They already know what it is. They already ready for captivity. And that shows too, like when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So the heathen that we got to take out, our enemy, which is Esau, Edom, he too proud. He's not going to bow down till we get that power. If we let to force this devil down, which is already being knocked out. He already getting broke up now. Yahweh already breaking the system up, breaking up. Like I said, Esau just getting weak, man. Esau getting feeble.
I'm about to jump down a little bit in this verse. This is we'll start jump down to 4. It says, "We fools accounted his life to be madness, and his end to be without honor." Verse 5. How is he numbered amongst the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints, man. It says, hey, they counted us to be they were like, hey man, they ain't nothing. Their end is gonna be nothing but slavery. And they see us standing up now, they over there scared. They shaking in their boots. And it says, how is they to be numbered amongst the children of Yahweh? Because they think they people over there is the people, man. You got it out.
Gone. So I got that precept we're gonna pull out earlier. Check it out. This is Zechariah 12:8. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as Yahweh, as the angel of the Lord before them. Do you hear that? So it said the house of David shall be as Yahweh. That's like that go with Psalms 82:6. That's gonna be your new gods, man. There's gonna be 144,000 men gonna be like gods on earth. And then the feeble, the weakest brother we got in this truth, gonna be like King David. And that right there, that's strong. King David, one of the strongest men that ever lived. We talking about a man that took out tens of thousands of heathens with no problem, knocked off Goliath with a stone. A 9-foot Hamite knocked them off. So the weakest of us is gonna be really, really strong. And then the strongest of us is gonna be like God. So with that right there, our military is gonna knock out everything Esau got out the water. He ain't got nothing. This stuff is weak. He barely dealing with Jake, the 2/3 right now. He's struggling 2/3 right now. So imagine when the house of David really get that, like you read earlier in that one precept, that perfection. The perfection come that standard, come that spiritual power. When Yahweh Shah decides to turn that switch on, when the house is filled up and all the whole elect are sealed, the whole house is filled up, and Esau decided, to come down on that house, because this house gonna stand. This house is built on a rock. Who's that rock? Yahushua. So Esau's not going to tear down this house. He tore down everything before, civil rights movement, Black Wall Street, all of that. But this right here, like Cat would say, this here, nigga, hey, this house of David, hey, Esau go ahead. He know he got an L. He know it. Like, you can go tell Esau, like, yeah, my time is short. I know it. Yeah. That's why he's smoking all his meth and his stuff now, storing his powder. He going out, with a bang, because he know it's a rap. He know it's a rap. We ain't got to break it down to him too much. Only people don't know that is the dumbass 2/3. They still like, they like Esau, him right there. You listening to them? They broke. They not gonna do it, because they blind, man. But hey, those that got eyes that can see, ears that can hear, that's following, that like hear the words of Yahushua, because that's what's booming at the house of David, is Yahushua flowing. Like right there, hey, the weakest brother we got in this truth gonna be like King David. Therefore, we really ain't gonna have a weak brother at all when the power kick up. Not one. The whole house of David gonna be wrecked and shot. When Esau come down with great wrath. That's why we look at this day, we ready for him to come on with it. We looking at him like, what you waiting for? It's a scary ass. You know what you gonna do? Come on with it. And I'm gonna read, and here go the kicker in number 9, Zechariah 12:9. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And what day is that? The day of the Lord, the day of Yahushua's returning. When that fathership hits the atmosphere, hey, talk to the spirit Akim, it's going to the spirit. I think that's when our power is going to be activated. Or probably it might be before, but I know for sure when Yahushua in the atmosphere, we're going to be activated. And at that time, hey, it's going to be wreck shop on Esau. Because he said at that time, he's going to do what? He's going to defend Jerusalem and destroy all the nations that come against it. So all the whole elect are going to be protected through the house of David, through the mighty men of Yahushua that are the mighty men like the house of David. When King David established our earthly kingdom, those men are back in their lot. Those men are back in this day. All the warriors of Yahushua are back. And right now, what we doing? We edifying, we teaching, we armoring up. That's why I said put on the whole armor of Yahweh. We putting our armor on. We getting ready to do battle with this devil. So right now, we battling spiritually. When we get that spiritual power, we're going to do it physically. And then after that, hey, as a priest say, after consecrate their gain unto the Lord, we're going to take back the earth. That's the kingdom. That's when we're going to establish it, man. We're going to, what's that, Psalms 2:8? That's when we're going to get that rod of iron. We're going to bash these heathens over the head. And I noticed the one that got the bash over the head really is Esau. The other nations, they already ready to give it up. They like, shit, we ready. We've been waiting on y'all. We tired of this devil too. He kicked us in the ass too. Shit, about time. Been waiting on y'all. I didn't see Ishmaelites talking about, man, the people of the Lord are the so-called African Americans. They don't know the full doctrine, they know enough. So when that day comes, the day of the Lord, the house of David gonna bloom, gonna blossom. That's why these teachings, we're edifying, we're building ourselves up for that day. We're getting ready for war. We getting ready. That's why the house of David ain't no soft men in the house of David. Ain't nobody soft like, I don't want to do them like that. Nah, I don't want to hit them. Nah, man, we ready for war, man. Put hands on these devils. Like God, I said we ain't. This ain't plain text Christianity. This ain't that soft stuff. We don't want to just give everybody hugs and let bygones be bygones now, man. Nah. We ready for a righteous recompense, payback, double. I'm about to crack you over the head.
Quick precept just back you up right here. So this is one into the power that King David had, right? This is 1 Samuel chapter 18, jump straight to the point in verse 7. And it says, the woman answered one another as they played and said, Saul had slain his 1,000 and David 10,000. And it's going into with the precept you brought out earlier. He said that Saul was very wroth and the saying displeased him. And he said they had ascribed unto David 10,000, and to me they have ascribed but 1,000. And what can he have more but the kingdom? And Saul eyed David from that day forward. And right there, where it says when Saul had killed 1,000, they basically going into the precept which said the house of Saul will become weaker and weaker, and the house of David will become stronger and stronger. And it also goes in that precept where I brought out where it said the feeble man among you will be like King David. So that means the most weakest men, they're going to be able to kill 10,000 by himself. See?
Strong, man.
There you go right there.
God. Listen. Yeah, that's strong. Okay, while you getting them for this right here, this going back to what you said too. This is 2 Samuel 3:1. Now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. But David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. And that's happening right here before your eyes, man. You look at plantation Christianity, and that thing waxing weak. They when Purple Dollar had to admit that he been lying. T.D. Jakes had to admit he been lying. You know what I mean? They having to switch up and change their stance up because now the truth is overtaking the lie. So that plantation Christianity is waxing weak. All those men are showing to be weak, you know. But you look at the house of David, we got the truth. We over here building up. We getting stronger. There's more people coming, flocking into the house. You know, brothers that's in the house are getting more understanding, which goes, you know, knowledge is power. So they're getting stronger. You know, and this thing, and the Most High, hey, Esau is not overtaking this. It's starting to be where he can't penetrate this house today. It's been built up, and he has no defense against it. You know, he controls franchise Christianity. You know, he can pull the plug on that at any moment because that's really his doctrine. But this over here, like, he ain't got no sway over here. He ain't got no say so. This doesn't include him. That's why you look on Google, they can't even translate when people talking about Shalom and Yahweh, you put translate to English, they don't even know it. You know? Because this ain't got nothing, this ain't of Esau. This is of Yahweh. That's how we know, hey.
That proves even further that they can't understand this doctrine like we can.
God, this is not for them.
Right.
House David only got Israel in it. You know, that proves right there this ain't a for everybody type of thing. This devil ain't included in that.
I got the precept for you. This second Samuel chapter 23 and verse 8. And it says, these be the names of the mighty man whom David had, the Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was the Adino, the Asnite. He lifted up his spear against 800, whom he slew at one time.
And you see that? And he slew him at one time. That goes back into where that Zechariah 12:8. There won't be no feeble amongst them, man. Hey, who could lift up a spear and slew a whole squadron in one time of 800 men? Jake got a hard time fighting people with fighting against two people, man. Jake is getting knocked out with two. Hey, that's the power. That's the power of the Lord that's coming back on. It's coming back to Israel, man. The hopeful elect, the house of David, right there, man. And to go in with Tay was just bringing out, and he said, "Hey, plantation Christianity getting weaker and weaker, and the house of David getting stronger and stronger." That's them bands getting broken off, man. This is Isaiah 52, and I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "Awake, awake! Put on the strength, O Zion! Put on the beautiful garments, O Jerusalem! The holy city of henceforth there shall no more come unto the uncircumcised and the unclean." Verse 2. It says, shake themselves from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of those of thy neck, O captive of Zion. And that's what we're doing, man. We're loosening the bands off our necks, man. Esau Edom, the bands Esau Edom put on us, them yoke of iron he put on us to get broke off. Hey, we coming over here putting on crowns now, putting on the garments now, putting on the strength and the salvation and the shields now, man. Hey, that's that house of David right there. Like, we're gonna be over there picking up swords. Hey, they said King David's sword was like 70, 80 pounds, man. Hey, you over here swinging around the sword like that? Hey, man, that shit. Hey, you gotta be a big yoked up motherfucker to be doing some shit like that, man. You got it out.
That's that spirit, man. It's almost like he gave him like some sample type of strength. Hey, one swipe 800. Hey, man, that's why Esau's scared.
And that was only one person. Right. That was only one person who did that, man. That wasn't even King David. That's why I said.
He almost beat Saul with that number right there. Because Saul only slew 1,000 when he went to the
yeah.
David 2,000. Like I said, with that one right there, now you can see how King David slew 10,000 of them, man. Like, now you can see why. Hey, the house of David ain't no joke, man. You got elites with billions of dollars super big militaries, and they are in fear of us, man. That's who's scared of us. It's like we ain't worried about what 2/3 Jake got to say, your everyday working Joe six-pack. The elites are afraid of the house of David because they know the scriptures like we do, and they know what's about to come up, and they know they ain't got nothing. That's why they trying to make Terminators, drones, and all that. And they know that still ain't gonna work. That's why they in the tapping in the CERN. They trying to go to they trying to get that power on the left-hand side. They satanic power. Because they trying to get spiritual power. Esau know he needs that to even have a chance. With these little toys he got, these little physical toys, that ain't it. That ain't gonna do it. Now I understand why they got CERN. They need a demon. They need something spiritual to take on what's about spiritual about to attack them. Because like what Octave read right there, man, one man doing that. Hey man, hey, that's it. The little military gonna throw their guns down and scatter like roaches.
Hey,
when they see a man of the Lord
you can read down in that chapter, and this goes to tell about all the David's mighty men. But that was just the point right there. Hey, one man did that. Hey, just imagine the weakest of the house of David, man.
Gonna be like King David. Yeah, he's gonna be like King David. Hey, slaying 10,000, man. One move, like it's gonna be real vicious. And then like we don't. Hey, let's talk about the men. We don't want to get on 144,000. The new gods on earth. You know, that's like the second coming of Superman. Your Black Adam, your Brightburn. You know?
I got one to go into that. This is Isaiah 40, and I'm gonna start at 29. Isaiah 40 and 29. It says, He giveth power to the faint, and to them that he have no might, he increased strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young man shall utterly fall. But they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings, and they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. He said, He will give us, we will mount up with wings, man. We're gonna be flying, man. Hey,
flight.
Take flight.
Take flight, go be serious.
He said he should renew our strength. Because back then, hey, we smaller than what our forefathers was. Hey, that was big, man. That was tall. Hey, he gonna renew all of that. It said we should run and not be weary, man. Hey, we're gonna be running all day, just running through armies and shit. Hey, it said, and we will not faint. Hey, we don't even need no water, no nothing to hydrate us. We're gonna have the total spirit and the holy power on us, man. Got it, all.
Yeah, hey, I said now you coming with that spirit. I gotta come with this right here, man. This got me amped up. I'm amped up for that. This coming that power out here, that got me. That right there, hey, my spirit getting renewed right now. This F me up right now. Like as I walk around, I'll be at work skipping and like, yeah. Wait till I get that power, Esau. I'm about to crack you upside your head, man. You just wait. I like when Steph Curry get that calmness. I'm like, just wait, man. It's coming, man. I be looking at them devils like, hey, y'all looking like lunch meat right now. You know, I gotta bring this out. I'll check this out. This is Micah 5:7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people. As the dew from the Lord, as the showers from the grass, that careth not for man, nor waited for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among beasts of the forest, as a young lion among flocks of sheep. Who, if he go through, go tread it down and tear it to pieces, and none can deliver. So we're gonna be like young lions among sheep. Esau's weapons gonna look like sheep to us, man. He said a young lion. A sheep ain't got no chance against a young lion at all. Don't stand a chance. So everything Esau got, his little troops, his super soldiers, his Terminators, his drones, we're gonna look at that like, you know, it's child's play, like a sheep. If we're gonna be like a young lion, we're gonna have fun just ripping through everything he got. You know, we're gonna look at him like, hey, what's it gonna be? You wanna meet my savior, my creator, or are you gonna put these yokes of chain on your neck? What you gonna do? You know, it don't make me no difference. You know? And really, I hope you choose the latter, because I want to rip you in half. Because it just said we're gonna rejoice, and we're gonna well, I might bring that out, so I'm up for paraphrasing. It said we're gonna rejoice. You see that? What is that? Yeah, here you go. This is Psalms 58:10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. You hear that? Wash our feet in the blood of the wicked. So I hope you get proud and be like, I ain't going into slavery. I'm like, oh, you ain't? Watch this. You know? And I'm going to go ahead and deal with you how the Most High told me to deal with you. And then I'm going to wash my feet. You know? I'm going to step off and feel in a good mood. So It don't make like Aki, we about to come into great power. This thing about to be joyous when we get that spiritual power. The house of David, the women gonna rejoice. They gonna be like, hey, don't make me go get Yasharala. Now I said I want that tea and it better be fresh. And it better be picked by sundown or else.
Right,
You know?
Something really about that power is gonna be on this. John 14:12. Verily, verily, this is red letters. How was I saying this? Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than those shall he be that he shall do, because I go unto my Father, man. Hey, he said greater works that he done, we gonna be doing, man. That's that spiritual power right there. You got
Yeah, man. How God did what? Made himself invisible.
man. Go ahead.
Turned water into wine. You know, and then he had the power of, when they was putting him on that cross, he could have calmed down a legion of chariots, and he could have took out Rome then. He could have took him out then. But now he had to sacrifice himself so that we be here in this day and age, that we would have a way back to Yahweh. So he had to sacrifice himself, man. Yahweh could have took Esau out back then.
He was raising people up from the dead, casting out spirits. He was over there making many a food out of 2 loaves of bread and 2 fishes and all kind of things, just to paraphrase. And just the powers that he's done, we're gonna do greater. And just imagine the time in Jacob's trouble, and you think you got no way out, the Lord smack you with some spiritual power, and hey, you take care of everybody in your household, man.
Another thing about that, Yahweh Shah also what he did on fast for 40 days and 40 nights, we can't even do that now. And that's the spiritual power within itself. You know, if you in a bit of war, you can have to take out just about anybody without that, as the scripture said, you're not gonna faint. So basically you're gonna be able to go 40 plus days without eating, and you still gonna have a ton of it.
All right, I like how that scripture raised you from the dead. Then look, remember the power of Yahweh Shah when he showed up? Hey, demons was afraid of Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? You come to torment us? Please, man, the Lord said, man, that's not good. That was gonna be when we show up. Like, oh no, so we ain't got nothing to fear here in the house of David. So really, when you get this truth, really the devil been defeated right there. I noticed for the devil to get a victory over you, you gotta stay in the dark. You gotta stay long. Once this truth hits you, you know, even death can't separate you from this truth. Because he said the dead shall rise first during the resurrection. So it's a win when you get this truth. Period. That's why we already got the victory through Yahweh Shah by just getting this truth and get fed with what's not to understand it.
The scripture where he said, "Beat our faith unto death, and I will give you the crown of life." And crown of life goes in that spiritual power as well. The crown of life, he's gonna put the crown on the head of the prophet, of the servant, who makes us in his word and tells you that Yahweh is gonna come back. He's gonna deliver us out of it.
And if you're a martyr for Yahweh Shah, you won right there. You still beat him. You're gonna rise first from the resurrection. So death, that's to say, Esau ain't really got nothing now. The only thing he can threaten you with is death. So if he ain't got death to threaten you with or win with, he ain't got nothing. That's why the devil's so scared. The truth is the number one thing that is beating this devil right now. Because we're getting what he took away from us. But if us to lose, he got to keep us in sin. He has to keep us from our power. He has to beat us in our mind. He has to. What Esau did was create. What's that? The great fallen away chapter first. It was that separation. You know, we didn't know our shepherd. We didn't know Yahweh Shah. Therefore, he can rule because we don't even know. All we know is what he's telling us. Now we overstepping this devil. We're connected to our power, Yahweh Shah, and he's got his mighty men up, the prophets, the watchmen, and they're feeding the sheep. You know, the sheep is eating up. You know, we're part of the sheep too. But I noticed with like the apostle elders, you know, the men that teach the word, they putting out. I'm eating it up, man. It's a feast being prepared, man. I be like, I want a little bit of Yahweh Maccabees. I'm gonna take a little bit of Elder Malcolm. I'm gonna finish it off with some Apostle Gabar. Or here go Apostle Taram, eat up on that. You know, here go Ayasha Mata, about to eat up over there. Oh, go Barakadah again. That's why I said I'm gonna bring this up. Because hey, Yahweh Shah going hard right now. I can never say like I ain't got nothing to do. I can always read my word or listen to a lesson, which builds me up with inspiration and motivation to do what I need to do. And this right here, let me pull this up right quick. I gotta pull this. This Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Yet they make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. So the house of David is pumping out what? Living water. Lessons and teachings of wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Shah. So it's really, that's Yahweh Shah talking to us through his men. And we're hearing him. And as we're hearing him, it's healing being involved. We're getting healed. We're getting healed in the most vital part we need. Our mind is getting healed. Our spirit is getting healed. So now we're renewing our strength right there. The inner man is getting renewed, Hakim. And the inner man, that's the most important man right there. Your inner man get built up. Hey, the outer man gonna have no choice but to follow. You know, and then we get the spiritual bodies, them new bodies right there is gonna be built in perfection. Then Esau ain't got no choice but to go down into slavery. That's it. That's his only move, which I'm gonna y'all got something, go get that Amos 9:11. You go get that. Check it out. This is Amos 9:11. And that day when I raise the tabernacle of David that is fallen and closes the breaches thereof, I will raise up its ruins and I will build it as in the days of old. So all that wisdom and understanding that we had in the kingdom, King David's kingdom, the kingdom that King Solomon had, which, you know, if you can receive it, King Solomon was Yahweh Shah. That's why he had so much wisdom. He's busting out the yin yang. That's why when King Solomon was ruling, didn't nobody dare come against us. We had to go off for the heathen to have an opportunity to overtake us. When King Solomon was on the throne, he was at his peak, man. They paid taxes to us. We ruled. They had to come to us and do paperwork with us in order to have anything or get permission to go here and there. We rule. We're going back in the rulership now. That tabernacle, like I just read in that priest, the house of David being built back up. Now we're gonna have, it's gonna be way better than the earthly kingdom. It's gonna be that spiritual kingdom. And that day when I raise the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close the breach thereof, and I will raise up its ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
I got one in the back. First Peter 2 and 5. It says, ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and a holy priesthood and an offer of spiritual sacrifices acceptable to Yahweh or Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. It says, well, I do it. It says, he building up a spiritual house, man. He said, we are lively stones, man, building up a spiritual temple. That's that house of David he's building up. That ain't never going to be broke or torn down, man. That's why all these temples been broken, but hey, the third temple ain't gonna be broken because it's us he's building us up with. You got it out.
Yeah, hear that? Hey, they're saying build up a spiritual house. A spiritual house is the house of David, and you see it all day, every day.
A holy priesthood. That's why you see left and right. You can't even catch up with the amount of video epistles that comes out on the internet. You can't even catch up. Yeah, you could try for 2 days, and hey, you got 3 days worth of lessons to do because you could try to catch up with the first 2 days, man.
You're right. You can't keep up with everybody. It's almost like you got to pick and choose. That's how I be behind on certain elders. So I get behind the apostles, and then like you can't, like I'm saying, you can't keep up with everybody, man. So you just gotta like be thankful and give our praise to how about yourself for setting that up, man. All the breakdowns going out. It's all fun. You can everything you want to know about the Bible is going out. It's so many lessons going out to where if you watch everybody, you dang it done ate the whole row. Everybody breaking out certain verses, they break down certain precepts in the Bible. You do a whole lesson on certain precepts.
You got certain brothers that'll do a whole lesson off of one chapter. Just do it that way. You need to put precepts around in those lessons. That'll build you up like that.
Like thy servant,
yeah.
You pick a certain precept, like you just said, I can do a whole lesson on that. Man, brother, bringing out the knowledge of the herbs, you know, the medicine of the earth, that's coming out. Like everything, like it's coming back. It's like what you said, like you said earlier. Yahweh Shah raised the dead back to life. Man, he doing that with us, man. We was dead in the spirit.
Come on.
You know?
I got to put you just back you up right there because early you had quoted that we didn't know Yahweh Shah because of Esau, right? So this is Proverbs chapter 9 and 10. It says the fear of the Lord Yahweh, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. See, so this is how we have to understand the power that Yahweh Shah has versus the power that Esau has. Okay, this is why we say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So that's why we are telling you we'll come out in Esau Edom face and tell you a fucking devil. Because why? We feel Yahweh Shah first before anything. Okay. I got another precept to back it up even further.
Man, the Lord standing in great boldness.
Right. One, I'm gonna loosely paraphrase while you're getting that. It was like he was saying, fear not the man that can kill the body, but don't fear not the spirit.
That's the spirit, yeah. All right, this is Matthew chapter 10 and 28. And it says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul, body, and hell. And that's basically what it's going into right there, because we're when it says fear not him which is able to kill the body, it's talking about Esau, of course, the third day, but we get on Esau's ass right now. And that's what Esau has. That's all the power he has, is able to kill the body. He ain't got his power ain't nowhere compared to Yahweh Bashal Shah. That's why he said fear Yahweh Bashal Shah, because he's able to kill the body and the soul. He can knock your whole existence out. So which one would you rather kill first? Well, that's why we telling you, fear the Lord first.
All right, and with the Lord is victory.
Yep.
You know, when you got the Lord, man, it's nothing the devil can do with you. You know, you don't overstep to now, like you read in precept. Now you giving your worship and your praise to the one who creates soul, who can destroy the body and the soul.
Just to elaborate even further on that point where I mentioned earlier that we quoted the precept which said, "Be thou faithful unto death." Well, Yahweh Shah had the power, which in Deuteronomy 32:29, he said, "I kill and I make alive." And he got that power to bring you back. And so all you got to do is serve the Lord, Yahweh Shah.
Yeah, ain't no hell in that. Like since we getting on Esau, that's the spirit. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out Amos 9 and 12. And it reads that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen which are called by my name, said the Lord that doeth this. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. You hear that? So, hey, we're gonna get Edom as a heritage.
And it said all the hills shall melt. That's talking about all the hills that represent the government of Esau East. It's gonna melt with them terminal missiles.
Them powers, man. They melt right now. We witnessing right now, man. Esau in the trick bag. Esau all messed up. You know, his economics is messed up. His military is waxing weak. You know, this devil is looking. Hey, man, as I say that, hey, you can't tell me no different. I'm saying the power of Yahweh Shah, man. He making this devil weaker and weaker every day. They go by. This devil's waxing weaker and weaker. And now the devil's in a great trick bag. And what got him in the trick bag is Yahweh Shah in the house of David. Because we declined it, we calling it out. That's why he got kept go back to the drawing board like, oh, let me do this. Then we call that out. Oh, shit, let me do this. Then we call that out. Now he's like now he just like, hey, man, we just got to bring the sword. There's nothing else left. You know, we push the button. You know, what's that, abort mission? You know, he got to hit that, man. You know what I'm saying? It said the day should come, the plowman shall overtake the reaper, man. So, hey, I'm gonna bring this up. When Jacob came out, what did he do? He grabbed Esau's heel. You know, we on Esau's head, we grabbed his heel like, hold up. You ain't overtaking us. You ain't going nowhere, man. Like Mortal Kombat, with Scorpion, let it get over here. Hey, telling this devil, hey, get back. That's gonna be the finishing move. Y'all got to show up, man. So I'm gonna bring 14 out too. And it says, I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build away cities and inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens to eat the fruit of them. So we're going to replenish. We're going to do what our forefather Adam's job was. We're going to dress the earth. We're going to rebuild the earth. We're going to replenish it. You know, once we put this devil in subjection. And that's the gospel. That's the good news. See, we want to rule. The house of David wants rulership. Everybody outside of this, like, I'm cool with the devil ruling. I want to be like the devil. We putting on like righteousness, man. We seeking Yahweh Shah. We in that spirit of King David. King David was a servant to Yahweh Shah. We in that same steed, that same lot. We want to rule. We want this devil in subjection. We want that Psalms 2 and 8. We want the heathen for inheritance. We want to rule over them. And then once we rule, then we can like put everything in its righteous order. Food can go back being right. Ain't gonna be no GMOs in our kingdom.
Clean water.
Yeah, clean water, clean air. Everything's gonna be able to do what it's supposed to do. Harmony gonna come back. That's what we want. We don't want to eat lab-grown meat. We don't want to be up under this damn devil, man. We want to smack this devil upside his head and put him where he belongs, in the doghouse.
We want to learn how to get that true medicine out of the earth, just like the house God created.
Exactly. Come, man. The herbs gonna go back. We probably gonna see plants and vegetation that we thought was extinct come back. Stuff that do it before the flood come back. Like I want to be able to breathe in real air, man. When the trees is back right and everything's in its harmony. I want to see what real fresh water tastes like. I'm ready for that, Akil. And we're gonna have that again once the devil's in subjection. And see, it wasn't for the house of David. We've been under this devil forever, man. It'd be even worse.
I want to eat a real grape, one that you got to slice into. Because they said, hey, it took 3 mighty men to carry a cluster of grapes. Hey, right now, a little baby can pick up a whole little thing like that.
God. I'm gonna bring this up right here, leave off 15. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be put up out of the land, which I have given them, said the Lord thy Yahweh. So what they mean, we're about to get the kingdom back. We're going to go back to Israel. Israel is going to be a lush, beautiful garden. It's like the Garden of Eden. And after that, everywhere he wants us to rain on the earth, it's going to rain out beautiful. Garden's going to be planted back. Everything going to be fresh again. Like I said, earth's going to be back. The animals going to be back in their lots, doing what they need to do. The heathen going to be a subjection. They're going to come to us and ask me, like, can I go over here and cultivate this land? They got to pay their little shekels, pay their little taxes. They got to do paperwork with us. And we going to stamp their stuff like, yeah, you can go do that. Hold up, let me cancel. Now you can't have that.
It's like we got to get license to grow. They got to get license for what?
God.
If you want to plow over there, you got to give me 50% of your goddamn yield.
Yeah. God.
You got to make it work for the others.
Yeah, God. Yearly tax. Property tax to Israel. Pay your shekels up.
Now, read Acts 15, 16.
Yeah, we gonna put up with that one. Okay. And they gonna have look. Hey, we gonna have gold coins and silver coins with an Israelite face on it. Go to the council. It's nothing but Israelites sitting up there. They got to go to the court. It's gonna be Israel. Gonna be. Now, hey man, you was over there walking fast. You in this land. That's penalty. 30 lashes. Right, you let your Edomites run loose now, boy. Hey, you only got a limit on 10 Edomites, on your land. You don't went over, you in penalty. And I'm so ready for that, Akim. I'm so ready for that, man, for rulership. And you can see it already. How state is building up for that, man. This book is about rulership. This book has wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We're gonna govern with these laws. These laws right here are gonna be implemented again. Esau, he institutes things against the book. His laws is contrary to this book. So we ain't gonna be no momos in our land on the earth no more. That ain't gonna be running out of here. You ain't gonna flick on TV and see that. Our holy days is gonna be instituted. They're gonna look on the calendar. They're gonna be like, oh man, Purim coming up. All the feast day coming up. They're gonna have to abide by that.
Try not to go down if you want to.
All right.
This is Revelation chapter 14. It's on the top. And it says, and look, and lo, a lamb stood on a mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their forehead. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of great thunder. And I heard a voice hearkening with the harp. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000.
Now, who is that? Now, what is that new song? That new song is what we're singing right now, man. The true doctrine of the house by Shimei Shah. Not no plantation Christianity, man. Not none of that watered down bullshit that they I love everybody and you can the laws and statutes is done away with. Nah, the true doctrine. You got it out.
All right. It says, and which were redeemed from the earth, these are they which were not defiled with woman, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Right there, it says which are virgins. That's not going into literal virgins. It explained itself in that same thing. It said which follow the Lamb whichsoever way he goeth. That means, hey, once we got this true doctrine, hey, we weren't looking for no other way out. We went, I got this doctrine, but let me dabble a little bit into Islam. I got this doctrine, but let me see what the Book of the Dead say a little bit. Now we stay on exactly what these scriptures say, man. We leaning upon these scriptures.
That also goes into Romans 12 and 2. Be not conformed to this world. Be they transformed by the renewing of your mind. So your mind is in tune and it's following Yahweh shot. Right? And it says, we know it says, these were redeemed from among men, being the first fruit of the Most High into the land, and in their mouth was found no guile.
It said we was redeemed, man. At first we were slaves just along with everybody else, just like in Deuteronomy 28, it said no man redeemed them. Hey, but the Lord said, hey, he got some people that he is going to redeem, which is going to be the first fruits, the elect of the nation of Israel. And that's us right there, the hopeful elect is trying to be that redeemed by the Lord.
You got it out. Yeah, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
He said we're without fault and without guile. That don't mean cuss words and we can't cuss and we can't do that. Guile means we speak the total truth of these scriptures, man. We're not watering it down. We're not adding or taking anything back into this.
You got it out.
No lies. You're not speaking no lies. You're speaking the truth. Because it said the truth shall set you free. You know, and the birds shall resort to their light. You know, so with the truth, that goes in that edification. That's how you build them up, man. Because the truth, who's the truth? The truth is Yahweh Shah. He's that bright light. He's the truth. And like I said, like the scripture says, Yahweh Shah is that lamb. That's that perfect lamb right there. That's who we follow. And how do you follow the lamb? By following the scriptures. But stick to the script. Like Apostle Bar say, stick to the script, man. You stick to the script, you're gonna be good.
Hey, you don't want to be too deep.
I got another one that's to back that whole precept up. It's Psalm chapter 15, and starting at 1. And it says, the Lord Yahweh, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? And it says, who shall dwell in thy holy hill? And then we broke that precept down. It says, he that walketh uprightly and work righteousness and speak the truth in his heart.
And the only people that are going to do that, hey, it's the hopeful elect. Those that's hopefully part of the 144. And those that believe, the innumerable multitude.
I'm gonna go ahead and read this whole chapter right here, because it says, he that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor. And it says, in whose eyes a vile person is a contemption, but he honored them that the fear of the Lord Yahweh, he that swears to his own hurt and change not, he that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the enemy, he that doeth the things, like he that doeth these things shall never be moved.
And that's the hopeful elect right there, man. That's the house of David right there that'll be doing those things. I like that part where it said in his eyes. What's the point again?
It says, in whose eyes a foul person is contempt.
Hey, that's why these niggas at your job pissed off at you, man. Right. Hey, cause like, hey, they look in your eyes and they cut. And they be like, oh, this nigga got he got the truth in him, and I'm over here full of folly and wickedness, man. Let me put some hell on this nigga right here. Hey, that's the hopeful elect right there, man. That's that 144 status right there.
And he said, but he honored them with the fear of the Lord Yahweh. He that swears to his own hurt and change not.
Who will afflict himself, who will make his body a living sacrifice, man.
And suffering right there, and pain and suffering. He's like, man, I know you, you know what I mean? Like, I know you 2/3, you ain't gonna be right, but I'm gonna chop it up to y'all about y'all top. Because y'all about to y'all job once said, business is mine, said the Lord. So he's gonna handle it. He's gonna handle it for you.
And elaborate on the point I made right there. They look at our eyes, they see the house that be built up. It proves that how Bashan exists. It proves it. And that right there, it proves they folly. And when you prove they folly, the reflection to show their wickedness, they're going to get upset and lash out and be angry. That's why the 2/3 are enemies as well. But like your house I said, they don't know what they doing. You know, so they enemies not knowing like you going to get your own counsel. That's why he called the 2/3 side of children, because they are stupid. You're going to get your power. You're going to get, you know, your government. You know, the 2/3 are homeborn slaves. They're natural born slaves. They can't get right. That's why the only remedy for the 2/3 is judgment. You know, they got to be rinsed through. You know, they can't come back. That's why we ought to feel like if you're in the house of David and you can get this truth, you ought to feel real good that the Most High bless you with those gifts. Bless you with the eyesight to see. Bless you with the eyes and bless you with the ears to hear. This wisdom not to understand how about y'all shine. They're showing you were blessed with faith. So when if you know you got them gifts, the best thing you do now is make sure that grows, nurture that. And how do you make it grow and nurture it? By hitting it with these living waters, with these teachings, and do it daily. Because if you depart, like a scripture that say a branch that break up off gonna wither, you know, Don't, man, stay rooted and grounded, Yahweh. Don't break off and wither. Stay with it. That's why I said, like your page say, endure to the end. You gotta endure, man. We're gonna abide in the secret place of Yahweh, which is the house of David. And the house of David, like we read earlier, you're gonna renew your strength. And as you need to renew your strength daily, that's why he said in the prayer, your daily bread. Like, don't say I'm gonna watch a lesson once a week. No, man, do it daily. And I say at this time, increase it. You watch 3 lessons, watch 5. Because we at a critical point now. We at that last leg. Anybody that ran track, that last leg, and you got to kick in with everything you got. So we got to give it all we got.
That's why I named my channel that, because you're going to have your highs and your lows in this truth. There's going to be sometimes where you're like, hey, man, I can't make it no more. So I just got to just remember the name of my channel. Like, I got to endure to the end, man. I got to keep on pushing. And that's that Jordan energy right there, man, to get you over that finish line, man, where hey, when you trip and stumble, you got back up. What they say, a wise man a man falls 7 times to get back up. Loosely paraphrased.
That's that. Hey, renew your strength. You know, that's that endurance. See, like we gotta stay rooted in Yahweh. Like I can say right there, you like you about to fall. You think on Yahweh yourself, you get strength to kick back up. Like, hold up, man. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm in the house of David. You know, I'm a man of the Most High, man. Hold up, man. That right there gonna hit your inner man. That's gonna make your outer man get with it. I don't think your leg messed up. Like that inner is something else, man. That mental strength, it's on a whole nother level. It makes your physical follow.
And then it says, what did it say? It said, look at the people of old. Hey, and then just think, all the people they had doubts, man. Shit, Noah had little doubts. All of them had doubts, but hey, they kept on going. Hey, how about Shem? I shot talk to them. They're like, hey, and built them up. And they kept on doing what they had to do. And that's why they men of renown right now. We're reading about them now.
Just like our house of David, the servant. King David stumbled. You know? What did he do? Did he quit? No, he went back, prayed. You know, for forgiveness, I started 10 the first day.
I would be ready to say that. Psalm 51.
Yeah.
Psalm 51, that's the perfect prayer right there. If you ever feel down, like this, read Psalm 51, man, that will uplift your spirit to the utmost. Like, and that is the power of prayer right there.
Like I said, you got to meditate on that when you're feeling low, man. Go and like you said that. Now the sheep, you know, the women that you watch them, like, okay, I say go to Psalm 51 when I'm feeling low, and bam. You can renew your strength and get back in the fight. This thing is a fight. It's a spiritual fight. You can't let Esau knock you out, man. You know, and you're gonna take some blows in this truth. You're gonna take some knocks. Like I said, you might feel weary, but you gotta lock in. Like I said, like it's that water. You know, you get that break. We can't live in water.
That spiritual water right there.
Hey, you gonna get up. Hey, you gonna rope a dope on this devil after that.
Like the water boy. Hey, that's some high quality. That's some high quality H2O right there. It ain't gonna boost me right up.
I want to elaborate even further on that point.
On the ropes, like Muhammad Ali get well done. All of a sudden, hey, he get tired. You just come out, la. Hey, dabbing on him.
I want to elaborate even further on that point, but you said the 2/3 because of the suffer. We gonna go into the pain and suffering and whatever. And as the scripture says, this is the mindset of the Lord, right? So this is Exodus chapter 23 and 22. He said, "For if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thy enemy and an adversary unto thy adversary." And that proves right there, all you gotta do is take heed to his word, and how about y'all is gonna take care of your enemy. Just like the ox said right there. Anybody that comes against us is basically coming against the word, and basically coming against Yahweh shop.
And like you don't want it with Yahweh shop. You don't want that smoke with Yahweh shop, man. He was given all power from his father. They say it's a verse to say, the Lord is with me, then who can be against me? You know, so that's how I walk around. Like, who should I fear, man? That's why, hey, you can feel like it's another scripture to say that the glory of the Lord should be upon you. Hey, you can see that, man. When I walk into the plantation, man, they act like I already got the crown on my head already, man.
I can do all things through the Yahweh and strengthen me.
And that's a good precept. Like I can think on, like when you're feeling low in the strength, that's a good one to dwell on right there. To power yourself up. But like I'm glad you said that. You know, and hey, Shalom, GMS in his likeness. Shalom, hey, y'all follow that up right there, mighty man of the Lord. You know, I'm gonna bring out Luke 1:68, and it says, "Blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel. We have visited and redeemed his people." Woo, hey, specific right there. And 69, and have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
Hey, he didn't say he redeemed the whole world that God so loved. He said his people, man. It's a certain people that qualifies for that.
12 tribes of Israel. You got to be descended of that, man. We descended of that, you know, not converse. We descended of that by blood. We them people. He ain't, man, how about you say to not cast away people like that, man? We still here. All we got to do is come back to the wisdom and understanding of our Lord and Savior and fall back in our lot. You know, and I'm looking how Yahweh doing this. He gathered people by his word. His word is still here. His legacy is still here, still standing. And then Yahweh so cold with it, who preserved the thing we need was the devil. He preserved our word. He kept it good for us. Nightly tuck, translated it for us, kept it for us. Here you go. And we like, thank you, devil. And then it's gonna turn into a story. We're gonna smack him upside his head with it, slice him with it. Like, good job, you damn fool. So the devil checkmated. I'm gonna read 70, which is gonna cover like recap everything we've been saying in this whole lesson. This is Luke 1:70, and he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So that shows right there, regeneration.
Spirits of the prophet is something to the prophets. The scripture said it. That means, hey, if you was a prophet in your life before time, you're gonna be a prophet in your life now. If you're a teaching then, you're gonna be a teacher now. You're gonna be a help then, you're gonna be a help now. Just like that.
That shows death can't stop you. If you get death, you're gonna come back up. You're gonna hear the word, and it's gonna lock you right in. You're gonna pick up right where you left off at. Like, oh yeah, hold up, me Hebrew Israelite. Okay, and you're gonna fall back in your lot. So that's why the devil's like that. I can't stop this. I done did Willie Lynch. I done blew up their economic system. I done killed them. You know, what's that? The abortion. I killed them in the womb.
That's why the Lord said, hey, they hear from beneath and I am from above. They can't do nothing about it.
Can't stop it. Can't stop it, man. House of David, like how the Maccabees always say, well-oiled machine. Pumping and kicking, man. Nothing the devil can do about it, man. So now he just gonna, like I said, he's gonna hit that abort mission. He's gonna hit that, you know, my last resort. And it's not gonna do nothing. It's gonna fail. And after that, hey, we're gonna get the kingdom. So we at the end of this thing. So now it's time to, you know, lock in, renew your strength, get all you can get, like the scripture say, without that getting, get understanding. So get the rest you can get and prepare for the signs and wonders of Yahweh. Watch the house of David really get down. We get that spiritual power, then it's gonna be like they do a movie. It's gonna be lights, camera, action. When that action kick in, hey, that right there, you gonna see, man, it's gonna be better than any Hollywood blockbuster, epic sci-fi movie you ever seen in your life, man. This thing about to, man, we're gonna rejoice. We see the house of David get down, like that song say. Oh, when the saints go, we go marching in. Hey, Esau ain't gonna like it. He gonna start crying. Like, golly, they're gonna meet the Lord. Oh man, hey, some gonna just throw their gun down. Like, hey, just give me a good spot. You know, I work hard.
Don't zap me, man. Just give me with this sword,
man. Yeah, I can work. I can do this. I build this. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what you just said right here, just remind me of the very preacher right here. This is Revelation chapter 1 and 7. And it said, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, all kingdoms of the earth shall wail because of him. He bestowed our mind. But the Ashi brought out when he said the devil's gonna start crying, those are the ones that fear Yahweh outside. They gonna be the ones that gonna, you know, master please, just like the Ashi said, man, you put me in a good place. You put me in
it's on reverse. Now, slave, back in the day, I can do this, I can pick cotton, I can work, I can build this. That's gonna be them. Especially once they got skills. I was an electrician.
Don't hit me, good master.
Yeah, they're gonna be like that. Master, please, master, don't beat me.
I could be your architect. I draw real good. I could draw the kingdom how you want it. I can send it the blueprint to them.
I bow down to kiss your feet.
I'll be a real good footstool.
Now my daughter, my wife, they'll do this, they'll do that, please. You know, that's about to come into play, man, real soon. And I'm gonna bring this out right here. I don't know if I brought this out already. Y'all can let me know. This is Zechariah 13:1. In that day there should be a fountain open in the house of David and into the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and for uncleanness. and that door's open. The house of David, the door's open. All you got to do is come in. And how do you come in? With your mind. Pay attention, eat up.
And that day, what it said, that day, that house could be fountain is open. And fountain is bringing out the living water right there. Actually, how what y'all said, my chief and my voice. He also said, he that believe on me, as the scripture that said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. That's that fountain right there.
That's Yahweh Shah. We drinking on the word, the living waters, man. And it's where's Yahweh Shah dwelling? In the house of David. So all we got to do, the door's open. That's what we say. Like it's gonna be a famine of the word in a minute. That's when the door gonna shut. That's like the ark, the door shut. Right now the door's open. And if you got the spirit on you, it's hitting you, resonating with you, you come on in. And when you come in the house, in the house, it's a, like the scripture said, it's a fountain of living water, and there's food everywhere prepared, a whole feast.
Hey, you got protection, you got shade,
God, AC.
You out of the heat, and you're like,
that's that good AC blowing. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all on the table.
And it said a house for uncleanness. You come in, take a shower, clean yourself up,
hit that fountain, wipe your face, wipe your hands.
Clean yourself up, kick your feet up, get a good meal.
I got one more.
And rest.
This is 2nd Ezra 2 and 42. It says, I Ezra saw on the Mount Zion a great people who could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man at a higher stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of his heads he set a crown, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. It says, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? And he said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the names of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. And then said I unto the angel, what young man is this that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? And he said and answered and said unto me, it is the son of Yahweh who have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the names of Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah?
They stood so stiffly for the words of Yahweh Shah. That's happening now. You witnessing that right now. When you listen to all these churches, all the men of the Lord, the apostle elders on down, we confessing the word. We saying stiffly for Yahweh Shah, man. We not about to. We ain't gonna take the devil's juice. We ain't gonna take his charagma. We over calling this devil out. We tell him, make you a goddamn devil. We smacking that shit out of his hand. You coming to us like this, we don't want that.
And the angel seen the vision. That vision was him seeing the 144 and the innumerable multitude getting crowned. And he said, hey, man, I commend him greatly for standing so stiffly for the Lord, man. Hey, that means, hey, we're going to have to go through some troubles and torments, but we got to be over there 10 toes down for this, rooted and grounded for this thing, in order to be a part of that number right there. So, hey, that's heavy right there.
You're going to need endurance. You're going to need strength.
Yeah.
You basically got to endure to the end, you know. You got to stay, like I said, rooted and grounded.
I got a quick to back you up on that one too. This is Revelation chapter 3, 1 to 7. I'm gonna start at verse 5. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 5. He said, he that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the church. And to the angels of the church of Philadelphia, write these things, says he that is holy, he that is true, he that has the keys of David, he that opens, and no man shutteth, and shutteth, and no man opens.
Well, like I said, the key is patience, man. That's full circle right there. That was spiritual. I like that was a lot of fun, a lot of preaching about precept right there. They went perfect with Aki part of, man. Like I said, the key of David, you got the keys.
That's why I broke it down already. So you like, yeah, there's no more to say about that, man.
Yeah, that went with that. That preaching about that early broke that one down. I like how he symbolized that. We got the keys, man. It's like a house, man. If you ain't got the keys, you ain't gonna get this understand. You got the keys, open it up, go in the house, and get everything you need. You know, it's rest in the house. Like I said, wash your face, take a shower, eat, you know, get everything you need. And man, this is a beautiful thing, man. How much I said it's beautiful. And it's rest right there. And right in a minute, hey, the house is gonna take over. It's gonna spread out throughout the whole world. It's gonna go into the whole kingdom. Right now, it's a spiritual house. In a minute, it's gonna be a physical house. And it's gonna stretch all the way out, where the whole earth gonna be a house. We're gonna get rulership and inherit it. We're gonna inherit the world again.
He said the earth was made for our sakes. That's our whole thing right there.
God.
My positive presence is the kingdom.
We the kingdom, man. Those to get the earth. So with that, man, we got the victory, man. So with that, I hope it's been edifying. Turn to give all praise glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makakadash, Kwam Yasharallah, Baba, Shalom. Shalom.
Detail, Baba. Shalom, the whole grace and mercy. Shalom.